big day is finally here. You guys get to hear my voice. Well, I hope you enjoy this voice reveal, and just understand that I am a bit under the weather, so if I'm a bit nasally and a bit gargly, that's why. But with no further ado, let's get into the story of how I started playing Fortnite. The story begins in 2018, early in the year, right in the hype of that early Fortnite wave. Now, to be honest with all of you, I wouldn't call myself a gamer at this time. I gamed when I was a lot younger, but I had taken some years where I hadn't really found a game where I had enjoyed, and it had been many years. So I definitely wouldn't call myself a gamer. I rarely turned on my PlayStation at the time if it wasn't to play Netflix. But I was working this really crappy job at a really crappy granite factory, and all of the coworkers there were talking about this game, Fortnite, and they were obsessed with it. And obviously, I was interested. It had a really cool concept where you built bases, and it was the whole battle royale premise. Back then, battle royale was still very new, where it was 100 people going in, and only one person or one squad comes out as the winner. And I found that really, really cool. But what really sold it for me was when I found out that the game was completely free. And not only was the game completely free, the online was completely free, meaning you didn't need to buy or pay anything to have the game, and you didn't even need to have the PlayStation Plus subscription or whatever it's called to play it online. So I said, what do I have to lose? And I downloaded it. Now, I downloaded it. I played some matches. I really enjoyed the game, but I had so much stuff going on at life, and I was working so much that I really wasn't able to get into it. But now, if we fast forward from the beginning of 2018 to sort of the middle of 2018, maybe like towards the second half of summer, I had some really, really bad medical issues come up, and I'll get into deeper talks about those on a separate video. I'm going to keep this really about how I started playing Fortnite, but I had some really bad medical issues, and I was in a coma for a little while. And when I got out of that coma, I was basically on a full year of being stuck in my bed, especially for the first couple of months. I really wasn't able to leave my bed. I was barely able to walk, and it was just a horrible experience. Now, when this started, I was very depressed, not doing well. I was stuck in my bed trying to find TV shows to watch, and there wasn't much, and I wasn't gaming at the time. And one day, I looked over at my PlayStation, and I was like, oh, I wish I had a game to play. And then I remembered Fortnite, and that it was free, because I had no money at the time. I couldn't work, no money, stuck at home. And then I realized it was also free for the online, so I could play the game without needing to spend a cent, and without being at a disadvantage to the other players. So I re-downloaded the game, and started playing. And now I was at like a point in my life where I was really craving social activity, because I'm stuck in bed. You don't get to socialize or chill with your friends or do the things like you want to. I was stuck at home. So the fact that I could socialize with people was really awesome for me. And so I started playing, and I got really into the game, and I started meeting people on the game that are still my friends to this day. People from all over the world. And I really, outside of my main group of friends in real life that I was sort of separated from at the time, I was able to, have a group of friends online that I was able to go on every day and talk to and have that social interaction and have that fun. And honestly, it really saved my life. It saved my life. I was in such a depressive state, and I was stuck for so long. I don't know if I'd have made it through all that. But with Fortnite, I was able to get up every day and not just have something to do. I was excited for the day. We all know peak Fortnite in 2018 Fortnite, just how awesome it was, and I was fully hooked. I had the bug. I was 100% into it. I slept, dreamt Fortnite. My life revolved around it, and I mean, I really had nothing else to do. It really was my life, and I'm not going to say I was ever the best at the game. I was never horrible. I got better through time, but I really learned to enjoy the game. And I really remember that goal of getting to my first 100 wins. I really remember my first 2 wins, which are posted on here if anyone wants to see them. They're my first 2 videos. But I remember getting to that 100 wins and it just being such an accomplishment. And like Fortnite meant so much back then that like I would post my wins on Snapchat, which I never post on Snapchat, and like all my friends would, and like the hype was just so much back then. The amount of wins you had, like it really meant something to people. And like the game, I've never experienced a game like that before or since, and I've been through a lot of eras of gaming. The hype was just amazing. It was really a once in a lifetime experience. I hope we get something that lives up to that again, but I don't know if we ever will. I'm playing Arc Raiders a lot. It's good, but it's not as good as peak Fortnite. So anyways, I started playing that, and through that, I was really able to keep myself in check. I was able to have something to do every day, and it turned one of the darkest, if not the darkest times in my life into one of the most memorable times of my life, a time that I will always cherish, a time that will always be nostalgic to me, and that's why I will always love this game, and it will probably always and forever be my favorite game, because it just had such an impact on my life and did so much for me, and it really helped me in ways I didn't think a game ever could. And since then, I would officially 100% for the last 8 years call myself a gamer. Rarely does a day go by where I don't play Fortnite. And when I started playing, if you told me 8 years later I'd still be playing the game, I would probably think you were crazy. But here I am, and I still love this game. This game is still amazing. It still means so much to me, and I often still get that rush when I get a win. Obviously not the same way I did early on, but it's awesome. And with OG and all the other things they've done, I think they've done a really good job. I gotta shout out the South Park and the Simpsons season. I think they really hit those out of the park. But yeah, so that's just sort of the brief story of how I started playing Fortnite and how it saved my life. It was really just like, I can't stress enough how dark of a period in my life it was, and I don't know if I'd have made it through. I was really stuck, and I was really scared, and I was contemplating what the reason of even existing was. And when I found the game, you know, it sounds crazy, but I had a purpose, and I had something to do. And obviously now, I have other things that I do. I'm not stuck in bed all the time. It's 8 years later, so things have changed, and some things have improved a lot, and I'm in a different place in my life, and I'm glad I'm able to look back now and see how important of a tool it was and how much it benefited me. And so yeah, that's how Fortnite saved my life, and that's how I started playing Fortnite. I also want to say, if any of you guys are having any mental health troubles or just troubles in general in life, you know, talk to people. And you know, it won't always be the first person you talk to. It might be the 50th before you talk to someone who has some insight or can help you or really, you know, jives with you. But you got to keep doing it and just don't give up. And you might find solace in the help and the place you least expected. And you might turn one of the worst situations in your life to some of the best memories you have and a time that you'll always cherish. And you might get to meet some of the best friends in your life. So there's always a possibility to turn a bad situation into a good one. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, no matter how hard it seems. I mean, I've been through so much in life, and I'm going to get into detail with that with you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try doing more videos like this where I speak over some gameplay. Just tell stories about my life, maybe talk about topics I care about. Anything you guys would like to hear or see, put down there in the comments. Also, one other thing, I had someone mention to me that I should make a Discord community for all of my fans and stuff, and I really want to. I've never used Discord that much, so if there's anyone here who really knows how to set up a Discord community, feel free to drop a comment, and if you really know what you're doing, maybe we could figure something out, because I'd really like to create one, and I think it'd be really awesome for everyone to have that. The problem is I am limited. I do have an autoimmune disease that affects my joints a lot. So in like editing and stuff like that, like I can do a decent amount of it, but I am limited, and I want to still keep producing content. As well as I don't understand. I just don't understand the program that well as I do with some of the others. So if anyone understands Discord and wants to get on that and help me, you know, leave a comment. But just please do so if you really understand and know how to do all that and are kind of willing to do some of the running of it. I'll obviously be willing to work something out with you. But yeah, this is my voice. I hope all of y'all enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to make more of these. I really enjoyed making more of these. I also have a video coming out where I talk about my controller grips, the ones that I'm always popping on there that you guys love to ask me about. It won't let me put a link for those in my shorts, so I made a video talking about those, explaining them with the links of where you can get them right down there. So probably my next video will be that, and I will have more of these coming out. So I appreciate all of y'all. Mad love to all of y'all. It's Lonely Randy. I appreciate all of y'all, and I'm out. Have a blessed day, y'all.